The type of coronavirus strain that is spread globally hasn't hit Minnesota yet. However, federal health officials have approved the quarantine of 2 University of Minnesota student airplane travelers who came into contact with a third traveler diagnosed with COVID-19. The outbreak has also had another effect that people are feeling right here in the CCX News viewing area. Reporter Pafua Yang joins us live in Robbinsdale to explain more. Pafua?
Shannon, if there's one thing Asian markets have got to have, it's rice. But the customers at the Good Deal Oriental Market just can't seem to find any here or at other local Oriental food stores. Just take a look at these empty shelves. The general manager says so far they've sold about 500 bags of rice in just 3 days. Their wholesaler had to actually cancel delivery on Wednesday due to the high demand. Employees here say the increase of sale was staggering, and it wasn't until they talked to customers that they found out what spurred this behavior.
A lot of customers who came here today and they are telling me about the coronavirus, they thought that we're gonna have like a lockdown, like how they have it in Wuhan, China, but then I told them the lockdown is only for China, just for their safety.
Vu states they've been getting phone calls nonstop from customers asking about rice bags. Vu says she hopes people stop panicking. She also says they've put up signs telling people to only grab what they need. And because of the rice shortage, Vu says she's now noticing people are resorting to noodles. So she expects that this aisle will also start emptying out. For now, reporting in Robbinsdale, Pafua Yang, CCX News.
All right, thank you, Pafua. Now to a story in Brooklyn Park that has residents talking and asking questions. They're wondering what could go into a former park and ride site that the city owns. The site in question is 7 acres of land at the northeast corner of Noble Parkway and 95th Avenue North. The city wants to eventually sell the property and develop it. On Wednesday night, residents heard from a panel that included a real estate expert and a developer who volunteered their time to discuss what could be feasible for the site. Residents who live nearby say they're concerned about what could go there. Some do not want a large housing project. For Carol Gurm, this is her 3rd meeting she's attended on the matter. She's hoping whatever gets built will be pedestrian and transit friendly to help people who don't own vehicles.
Some people want housing, some people want senior housing, which I guess we're short of. I like the idea of multi-generational housing that has lower income.
The neighborhood really wants, some sort of small grocery store, Trader Joe's, a Fresh Time, and Aldi's. Something like that would be perfect.
A real estate expert says the kind of project that could be the most feasible for the site would be one that combines housing with retail. In Brooklyn Center, there's a new way to help afford housing. Brooklyn Center residents looking to buy their first home now have a new incentive to search for real estate within city limits. Thanks to a federal grant, the city launched a program that will provide first-time homebuyers with a deferred loan of between $5,000 and $7,500. The borrower would have to use at least $1,000 toward the purchase price. As an extra incentive, Brooklyn Center would forgive the entire loan as long as the borrower keeps the home as their primary residence within 10 years of closing.
Homeownership is really important for, the economic stability of a neighborhood or a community, and we're trying to strengthen that homeownership, help people find housing that's healthy, and help them from an apartment to maybe a home in Brooklyn Center.
The loan is only available to current Brooklyn Center residents who purchase a home within the city. Now to today's school spotlight and how a local school district is helping students with special needs prepare for life after high school. As Delane Cleveland reports, there's a new program in the Wayzata School District that teaches these young adults to live as independently as possible.
Sam, do you have your question ready to go?
Communication is a skill needed for every aspect of life, but not everyone has the ability to communicate well.
So what is Owen saying?
That's where Ann Augustson comes in.
Oh, fine, awesome.
Okay, text us.
She's a teacher with the new Wayzata transition program, which helps students between the ages of 18 and 21 learn basic life skills.
Young adults with disabilities have true potential and just as many abilities as everybody in their community.
Wayzata Transition aims to help them unlock that potential.
Communication is our #1 priority for our students because that's going to help them be successful in work, in their jobs, in classes, hanging out with friends. So in order to be able to communicate your needs and have conversation, it's going to get you forward in life.
Prior to this year, students in the area with special needs went to an intermediate school district to learn these skills. But at the request of district parents, Wayzata brought this program back.
The district decided that, do we have enough interest, and can we do it? Do we have space? And all of those pieces fell into place last spring.
The space they're using for Wayzata Transition once served as the clubhouse for Elm Creek Golf Course.
To go see motorcycles.
Now it's used to teach these young adults things like how to cook, do laundry, and enter the workforce.
It's all of those things that we do every day that we take for granted, that we can, don't even have to think about, that it's really explicit training and step by step.
Success looks different for each of the 15 students involved in the program,
That's a good one.
but even an incremental step forward will help them in the next stage of life.
Yeah, I just feel really happy every day when I leave here knowing that I have made an impact.
In Plymouth, Delaney Cleveland, CCX News.
Wayzata Transition has 9 partnerships in the community where students can work or volunteer. Check out our website, ccxmedia.org.
The Maple Grove boys hockey team is in the state tournament for the 3rd time. The Crimson played the opening game of the Class AA tournament when they faced off with Blake. It's 3-2 Blake in the 3rd period when Tyler Oakland gets a backhander on net and Sam Jacobs buries the rebound. Maple Grove ties at 3-3. The Bears go back in front in an unusual fashion, a 2-0 shorthanded rush. Joe Miller scores to make it 4-3. After trailing 5-3, Maple Grove gets 2 in a row. Josh Giuliani fires the wrist shot home for his 2nd of the game, and it's 5-5. But Blake gets a late power play, and defenseman Will Svendal scores the go-ahead goal. Blake adds an empty netter to win a wild one, 7-5. The boys' basketball playoffs are underway. Many local teams started section play Wednesday night. That included Wayzata and Armstrong meeting in the Section 6 4A quarterfinals. The Falcons in control early. Jake Breitbach finishes with the left hand. Then Hezekiah Yahweh gets to the hoop and scores. Armstrong up 11-4. Wayzata comes back. Camden Heidi with a great drive and spin move to score for the Trojans. Then Heidi steps back and hits the jump shot, putting the Trojans up 21-17. Yahweh makes a sweet pass to Breitbach for the hoop. The senior goes over the 1,000-point mark in his career, and Armstrong leads 28-25 at halftime. Early second half, Adam Bedouin's three-pointer puts the Falcons up 35-25. Wayzata hangs tough. 6'8" sophomore Carter Bierke gets the rebound, put back, and foul. Then Heidi strokes the fadeaway, tying the score at 47, and that's the score at the end of regulation. In overtime, Eddie Bennigan explodes past the Armstrong defenders and scores for Wayzata. And then Heidi drives for the basket and foul. His free throw puts the Trojans up 54-51 with 30 seconds left. But Bewin hits another big three, and it's tied 54 all. 1.1 seconds left. Josh Gullickson's inbound pass for Heidi, and the sophomore delivers the winning basket. The Trojans take it 56-54. They'll play Hopkins in the semifinals Friday. Cooper plays St. Louis Park in the other semifinal. Park Center is the #1 seed in Section 5 Class 4A boys basketball. The Pirates had no trouble with quarterfinal round opponent Centennial. The Pirates' Datavius Frierson is on the receiving end of a lob from Josh Lewis. Throws it down for 2. Frierson with 16 points in the game. Dane Danger on the loose in the lane. He dunks home 2 of his team-high 20 points, and the Pirates are on their way. John Grigsby had the hot hand from the outside in the first half, hitting for 3 of his 14 points here. And later it's Josh Lewis with a triple as the Pirates build a 43-28 halftime lead. They go on to beat Centennial 87-49 to advance to next Tuesday's semifinals. Also in Section 5, third seed Champlin Park was at home to play Osseo. Second half, the Orioles' Bernardo Moria hits a three-pointer, and Osseo has a 6-point lead at 42-36. But the Rebels rally. TJ Moberg hits the trailer. Rashard Scott barreling down the lane. He scores and is fouled. And Champlin Park pulls to within 2. Then Jared Walter comes up with a huge steal. He finds Josh Strong ahead on the break. And the layup, and Champlin Park has the lead 47-45. Trailing 50-47 in the game's final seconds, the Orioles with a chance to tie it. But Amoria's off-balance three at the buzzer is off. And Champlin Park survives and advances to the semifinals. In girls basketball, Providence Academy is the top seed in Section 5AA. They faced Holy Family in the semifinals. Maria Counts with a strong drive between the defenders scores part of a 12-point night for her. That's a 12-3 Providence lead. Kira Miller takes the cross-court pass, nails a three for a 19-3 lead. Lions up 27-9 at halftime. After Holy Family rallies to within 10, the Lions regain the lead. Miller scoring here. Providence wins 67-39.